Hello, let's get into it. Michael Williams here, White Label Consulting. I am I'm slowing down on my. Let me edit this real quick. Upload thumbnail. Let me see here. There we go. Save. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, so let me check my frame rates on this. I'm working through a tutorial. Let me see here. 60 connected. Let me see if this is good. All right. I think I'm good everywhere. Let me see. YouTube. Yeah, I think I'm good. So disregard the hair. I'm about to go get it done. I had it washed and I got to get cut up. Yeah, I'll do all that. So show sponsor once again, custom clothing. Oh, I got to move over. I got to fix this. Hold on real quick. ATM. Let's move this over because my camera's in a different spot. So go to the website, KUSTTON, put it in the checkout. It says 15% off. You actually get 30% off. I don't like my lighting. I'm just not sold on this lighting yet. I had a different light in my other studio. I had a newer overhead video box, but because I have a big huge TV up here on the screen, that doesn't allow me to do that. So I'm using a soft box on the other side. I may have to drop this on this side as well. So yeah, I have to figure that out. But back to the scene. So what we got going on here today, I think I'm going to answer some questions on the Reddit. I constantly frequent the Reddit OBS, and I see some questions. I answered a question there before, so I'm just going to test my knowledge out to see actually how good I am or how bad I am at this. Let me see. Stream's current rate is at 2,700. Should be 68,000. Not even trying to press it that much. I'm running through a restream broadcast. It says I'm running good. It says that my bit rate and my stream rate is running high. So that's what I'm going to leave it at. So I'm going to go over here to the OBS and see if I can learn something as well as answer some questions. Let me switch over to my, what should I switch to? My split screen? Live show. So split screen. There we go. So I'm on the OBS Reddit, and man, I need to fix all this. My camera's in a different, I need to be more over here. So let me move the mic over here. Still using this Shure mic, still trying to get used to it. Sounds good, but again, if you do have any questions in the chat, what's good, fam? Dear old Christian. I'm just doing a Friday where I go on Reddit and answer some of these OBS questions and see if I'm actually any good at this. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to move this down here. There we go. So, and then I'm going to go with my trusty OBS. Okay, good. And actually, that's good right there. Can I zoom in here on this screen? I can. There we go. So my zoom is set. Everything else is set. Good to see you. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. Droidcam versus OBS. Let me see what we got here. Hi, which above paid version would be better for streaming in terms of quality? I found an old Motorola Edge 30 Neo phone that should be better than my webcam in terms of quality. Let me make sure I zoomed in here right. Let me go to OBS. There we go. Zoom. Okay, yeah. And I have paid versions of both. Let's see what these people say. If you have paid ones, why not try side by side? Do something like add them in OBS on your phone. Thanks for advice. So my conversation would be if you are trying to use OBS with your phone, why not try Video Ninja? There are tons of resources. And the Discord answers all your questions. It's completely free. That's my answer to that. I'm going to switch back and forth between these comment, and I'm going to switch back and forth to say Video Ninja is one of the best tools that you can use for your live streaming. You can pull in your phone. Their app actually works pretty good when you don't have a camera. And I just found out that you can actually use a Focusrite device with a USB Thunderbolt cable, power that with your phone, right? And then you actually would have pristine audio. So you don't even need a full setup to run this. I would definitely recommend doing that instead of using Droidcam or IVCam. Not because they're not great quality, but because Video Ninja is free. So I just don't understand why you would actually not try to utilize that and learn it. And you can adjust the quality. Of course, you can adjust the input and output of your bandwidth. So it's like OBS. OBS is full featured. Obviously, there's a learning curve, so you got to figure that out. But once you get the learning curve, it's great for you to actually do. So let's go back to another question. This is kind of fun. Let me go down to the next one. Bitrate dropping insanely out of nowhere. This is such an awesome problem that everybody's having. I would love to. Frustrated. I've already tried to find a solution in my other subreddits. And obviously, here's a problem. So sometimes I get insane bitrate drops, which when starting a game, as an example, start probably playtime, stable 35. I've checked like every single part of my PC, changed the system SSD, and the following I'll provide specs. So he's running a AMD Ryzen 9 3900X, NVIDIA 3060 card, insane, gigabyte 8050 board, Skillforce RAM. As far as the answer to this question, like bitrate dropouts could be network issues. It could be, I was running this same software for my stream in the other studio, and we couldn't get like the bitrate to actually work in the other studio. Different computer, older computer, but it's had the same 10100 card, so it should have worked in 32 gigs of RAM. Different computer. Bitrate is one of those things where you have to go through every single solitary resource to try to figure out what's going on. Obviously, you can't upload your log. And actually, when you go into OBS, if you click on help and click on log files, and there's 4 options: show log files, upload current log file, upload previous log file, view current log file. If you do upload current log file, it does tell you what's going on with your computer or your system or your network. So that's a good place to start. I don't particularly have an answer to this because I haven't figured out bitrate myself. So I'm not even going to try to answer this question and make it seem like I actually have something going on. I got somebody calling real quick. Let me tell him I'll call you right back. Let me mute my. Sorry about that. I just had to let them know. All right, so let's go on to another question. Hopefully, I'm gonna probably do like 5 questions, and that's gonna be it for today. Let me see here. I can't figure this out, but anytime I stream on OBS, my stream constantly lags despite how good my internet is. Changing bitrate doesn't fix anything. Is OBS throttling my internet speed? Let me see here. Your log shows a whopping 64% drop frames. And let me zoom into this. Among other issues can be internet connectivity, checking on your end Ethernet adapter. Yes, drivers, cables, router, modem, all of that. If your hardware checks out, then yeah, your ISP would be a problem. What is your nominal upload speed? Right now, 1440 60 stream, 4500. It's way too low. Okay, so the way you check, what this person is asking to do is first check your internet speed, because that sometimes is not a good way to try to do your internet, your streaming, without checking your upload speed. So I usually go to speed test. You can go to a couple other places. When I run my speed test here, I'm allowed to ask for my location. So that's my internet speed right here on the computer, as well as my my download speed. So my download speed is going to be good because of what we're running here. But then I'm going to actually go through and let me see here. My upload speed. So that's my upload speed right there. And at that point, I can stop the test. So my upload speed is good for what I am doing. I recommend that individuals go to about 20% of their upload speed when it comes to their live stream. 15% even works. At my speed, I can run a 3 megabyte live stream, which I really don't need to run that fast. I'm usually at about 2800, 300, 3000 kilobits per second for a stream. Even that's pushing it. Most people are watching on a phone. It's a pretty high stream. If you're gaming, obviously you want it to be more. YouTube usually recommends me to be at 7000. I don't need 7000 for teaching OBS and live streaming. So on this actual, let me zoom out of here. On this actual question, and I can actually plus in here. Their problem is they're having a lag. I would definitely check the computer. First of all, run your log, of course, but I would definitely check your computer. He didn't put any specs in here for his card, his computer. So definitely check your computer for your hard drive. Also, your Ethernet cables and your Ethernet connection. If you're running Ethernet and wireless connection. Also check if you're running the right encoder, GPU, CPU, different things like that. That's what I would definitely check with. So that would be the answer I would have for this. I'm not going to answer this question because once again, I'm just going through this for the sake of doing this on you. I can't figure this out. Is there a free to use EQ other than 3-band EQ? Hopefully a parametric or a dynamic. Yes, you can use VST plugins. Pretty much any VST plugin, you can plug into your OBS. You got to have a pretty solid system to do it, but you can use a VST plugin in your OBS, and that will allow you to EQ your audio even more than it is. Let me see. OBS audio stuttering, then delaying mid-recording. Sometimes when checking on an audio session, I notice the audio starts stuttering partly through. Audio delay. Top level audio setting sample rate 48K, while the audio setting outlet is 60% touch. I found something a long time ago how Windows 10 may affect it, so I set the default from 2-channel 24 48 to match 48, but I don't know if this has helped. Ticket resolve stress log. Let me see here. The problem is fixed with a Windows update. Any solutions that don't involve updating Windows 11. So they're talking about using separate audio, voice meter. So this is a Windows bug according to the forum. From my experience, this Windows 11 does have a little bit of an issue processing audio. Usually your sound card will do a 16-bit 44.1. And Windows 11 is trying to do as he said right here, a 2-channel 24-bit 48K. So you have to get those audio bit rates to agree. They both have to be 44 or they both have to be 41. You can set that in your sound card settings, and that depends on what sound card you're using. We're exclusively about to switch to Focusrite just for streaming because they just seem to work the best for us. Not a lot of drivers that work good on PCs and Macs. I'm not saying that there's not other audios that you can use or not use, but that's what just tends to work for us. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then that's it. I'm going to do a 10 to 15 minute live stream and be out of here. New desktop recommendations. Let me see. I somehow became the IT department at church. We replaced 3 office computers. We were all 10 to 15-year-old Windows computers. They're looking for new machines running Windows 11 connected to the LAN. I am going to, let me read the rest of it just to say. Any recommendation for replacing our ancient Lenovo ThinkStation for something that will last 5 years? Budget is hopefully around $1 for the CPU. We honestly won't be doing much editing. Windows 11, so we want to kiss everything goodbye. I'm going to swear by this computer for churches, and this is the B-Link ERQ5. I've installed this in several churches. For the bang, for the buck, they don't sponsor me, so I'm not even getting money off of it. But for the buck, I just don't think you can get a better computer for the ERQ5. One of the ERQ5s comes with, let me see right here. Let me click on the other side. Let me roll this out. The ERQ5 comes with, I use the AMD model because it does give you a little bit of a better value. And let me see here. Is this one right here? 525U Pro. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. There's an ERQ5 that comes with a graphics card, a 2 gigabyte graphics card built into it. That's one I would probably recommend for churches. It's a $400 computer. It usually has a, let me see, triple screen display. Is this the one? We've ordered it several times. I just don't know where it's at. It might be that, yeah, it might be Radeon. This might be it right here. Dual display Radeon. I think this is it. This is the 680M. This is the one that I recommend that individuals purchase. It has a dual HDMI output. It has 2 USB fronts, 2 USBs on the back and a USB on the front, along with the ability to have a USB-C. You don't need the audio app, and then you have the 2 LANs in the back. This is more than enough for anybody to actually get something done. I've installed these in a couple of churches. They work fine. They're smoking fast. They do what they need to do, and I just think that that's probably the best thing to do. Let me see what they've done here. Giving a church more likely to a new PC and ground. So your machine. Let me see. Budget build modern was you stated streaming resolution. I am going to reply. I usually recommend The mini PCs by B-Link. They are affordable and don't take much to get set up. The following link has the computer with the AMD Radeon mobile. It's a mobile chip, but hey, it's like a laptop chip, 680M chip. Yep. So that's the one I'm going to recommend. And there you go. One more question, and I'm gonna get out of here because I got stuff to do. I just want to get back in the algorithm. Let's pick another one that maybe has something to do with audio. Let's see if there's something. Let me see. Record multiple tracks from recording locally. Hello, I've mastered good truck. Let me see here. Output recording. Let me see what this says right here. Audio tracks is a beautiful thing to do when you do the multiple audio output for OBS. So it says record multiple tracks. Mr. Speak to recording multiple tracks and streaming with only one voice. Game going into the stream VOD and the rest elsewhere. Nothing works when I try to. Let me see. It says experiencing buffering. I'm sorry, I'm having an issue right here. Let me check my. See, I'm talking about solving problems and I'm doing mine now. So let me see. It says that my frame rate dropped from 60 to 34, and I gotta figure that out. Why is my frame rate dropping? Am I dropping any frames in OBS? Let me see here. I'm dropping 0 frames in OBS. I dropped 3% CPU. I'm at 60 frames per second. I don't know. Maybe it's an internet thing, so we'll try to figure that out because I am running wirelessly. But back to the question. Let me see here. Video on demand. So I have all the tracks. Activate settings. Output recording. Problems is the only track recorded is track 1 from the advanced audio properties. No other tracks. Basically, when I import to DaVinci, all the tracks assigned to a separate source. When I record OBS, all tracks, the sound is there, but when I export, only one track plays sound. No check. Okay, unchecked. So let me show you how this works on OBS. I'm going to switch this up here, which is going to double the window, but that's okay. I'll switch this over to tutorial, and I'll hit settings. When you go in and record your audio, there's a couple things that you have to do here. You have to make sure, actually on output, go to recording, that all of these tracks are selected, your audio tracks for recording. So that's track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if you can see that. I can't really zoom in here because I'm actually in OBS, but you have to select all of these tracks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, when you go into audio, right, let's cancel this. And when I go into audio properties, I'm going to right click, advanced audio properties. Over here, you have to tell OBS what tracks are going to be recorded right here. So this is track 1, this is track 2. Okay. When I throw this into CapCut, which is what I use, I have to be aware that CapCut is going to pull up a video track, and CapCut tells me there's multiple audio tracks in this video track. In order for me to do that, I have to extract each audio track one by one. Premiere, I believe it just extracts all the audio tracks. It doesn't happen like that in other softwares. I don't know how it works in DaVinci. I haven't used DaVinci yet, but here's what I know is that the tracks are there. Some of them, sometimes they're grouped into the conversation. So you have to make sure your multi-track is turned on. You have to make sure your audio tracks are selected in OBS. And when you bring that video into your software, there is an option, or at least for CapCut, that there's multiple audio tracks. So what I have to do is I have to right click on it on the video. I have to tell it to extract channel 1. Then I have to right click and tell it to extract channel 2. And then I have to tell it to extract channel 3. And that's how I get my multi-track audio recording. So in this instance, and I'm not going to answer this because it seems like they got a lot of answers down here. Make sure all of your audio tracks are turned on and your audio is set up to record multiple tracks in OBS. And when you import it into your video editing software, make sure that you extract each individual audio track, and that's how you should get your audio tracks concerned. This says, I'm going to go back to the video. Let me go back to the screen. Are you sure you're making track set to record? Yeah, thanks. Did miss that at first of all. Our tracks checked, but not track 1. Nothing is recorded at all. Recording of multiple audio tracks and streaming. You can have multiple audio tracks for a stream, or do you mean recording plus streaming at the same time? Let me see here. Not sure about streaming, purely recording. So that's right. If you master mix is track 1, please make sure all your sources assigned to that, of course. Otherwise, check the coding settings and DaVinci settings. Maybe switch to a different recording format. That is true. Maybe recording the MP4 or QuickTime is not the right thing to do. I usually record the MKV. I convert it to MP4, and then when I pull it into CapCut, it does give me all my audio tracks. 2 to 3 hours doing investing, recording, importing. The only thing I found was the issue boils down to track 1, so it's very important. Your comment, okay, check DaVinci's interpreting files in multi-track. Yes, your video has to be interpreted as a multi-track audio with the video. So this tells you how to do it in DaVinci. I don't know how to use DaVinci. So, but those are my recommendations for this problem, making sure your OBS is set up to do exactly what you need it to do. That's what I got for you today. Hopefully you guys got something out of this live stream. I've been streaming for just over, what, let me say here, 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I don't know how long this has been. Whatever. Oh, I've been streaming for, it looks like 23 minutes. Yeah, 13 minutes. I can't do math. 50, yeah, 23 minutes. Something like that. What does this say right here? Why can't I just find how long I've been streaming? Let me see here. 22 minutes, 53 seconds, OBS. So that's what I've been doing. Hey, stay good, stay safe. Have a great weekend to all the mothers out there. Have a beautiful Mother's Day. Hope your kids love on you this weekend. And that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you will get a lot out of this broadcast, answering your OBS questions. God bless. Goodbye.